What is up, you guys? I am Senpai, the host of Senpai Streams on Facebook Gaming, and today I'm here to teach you how to grow your Facebook gaming page the right way. The first thing you're going to notice is that this is a rather long video. You may be saying, Senpai, do I really have to watch this whole thing? Yes. Yes, you absolutely should. There are so many other tutorials on YouTube about how to grow your Facebook page, and they are all 8 to 15 minutes long. If you want to successfully grow as a streamer, there is a lot of knowledge out there that you need to access, and I am covering almost all of it in this video. So if you have pen and paper, grab that. If you can pull up Microsoft Word to take a few notes, do that. But you're going to want to take a few notes here and there, especially when you uncover some new information that you weren't aware of. A little bit of background on me. I started streaming in January of 2020, and now it's January 2021. I'm a Facebook gaming partner, closing in on 30,000 follows, and I stream full-time as a career, and it has been life-changing for me. With that being said, I had to learn a lot. I did, and now I'm going to share it all with you guys. The very first thing we're going to do today is I'm going to show you some back-to-back video comparisons. One video is my oldest stream, my very first stream, and the next short video is of an opening of one of my newer streams, one of my most recent. And you're going to see how much I've changed in the past year. This is going to let you know that what I am teaching here, what I am sharing with you here today is everything I've learned in the past year, and I really hope you will find it extremely helpful. I've had so many small streamers reach out to me in the past month or two asking me for good ways to grow their channel, what they may be doing wrong, what they may be doing right. So I've decided to make this video today to completely break it down for you. Let's get started by taking a look at these videos. Okay guys, so as you can see right off the bat, starting soon screen had no music playing. It was just a basic starting soon screen. I went live right here. This is my very first time hitting that go live button, debuted for you right here in this video. What I should have done at this point, even though when you first go live, you don't really have anybody watching, but what I should have done was I should have announced, hello, I'm Senpai. This is my first stream ever. Today I'm going to be beating Jedi Fallen Order. I should have given an introduction because somebody might find your stream afterwards and re-watch it. So I had an opportunity here that I missed. Had I known everything I knew now, I would have done this very first stream a lot differently. But at this point, I was still in my infancy as a streamer, and you can tell I'm still very green. There's a little bit of poor lighting quality. I look a little fuzzy. My mic is kind of in the middle of the screen here. I did get a green screen up, but it's not very good quality. But this was my very first shot at going live. And pretty soon you'll see the distinct difference between where I was then and where I am now. Yo, what is up, you guys? My leg is in pain right now, but I'm here. And it's time to reveal the tattoo. But first, first things first, let's look through the comments and say hello to everybody. This will be a short stream this evening since I was getting my leg worked on all day. And, of course, I'm off tomorrow. Tuesday, you guys. Tuesday is my 1-year streaming anniversary. I really hope you guys are all there for that. This Tuesday will be a public stream. And then the following Tuesday, we will resume supporter-exclusive streams for Tuesday. So this Tuesday will be a stream for everybody, and it will be my 1-year streaming anniversary. Yeah. Des, hello, Alicia, hello, good to see you. Des with the first comment of the day. Very nice, Desiree. Thank you. Andrea, hello. Anastasia says, I need to see this tattoo. Patience, my friend. Patience. The tattoo is coming. Okay, so as you can see, a lot has changed with the way I approach making content and creating content. I have learned a lot in the past year, and now I am ready to share all of that knowledge with you guys. Let's get started with Chapter 1. All right, here we are at Chapter 1, you guys. We're going to start out with the most important chapter. It's not all about the views. I cannot stress this enough. Almost every other YouTube tutorial I've seen on growing your Facebook gaming channel is all focused on increasing your view count. You may be saying, well, Senpai, that's streaming. The more views you got, the bigger you'll grow. That's not correct, actually. That's correct on Twitch. Okay, see, that's the confusion for a lot of people. On Twitch, more people will see your content if you have more viewers. On Facebook, your content will be recommended to other people if you have more engagement. So for every individual person hitting the like button, the laugh button, and even the angry react, there is no bad reaction on a stream. As long as people are hitting those reactions and as long as they are commenting, your stream will be recommended and boosted by Facebook without you having to pay for it. You just have to draw that engagement in. So views are not as important. The Facebook algorithm can be finicky. A lot of people don't understand a lot of things about it, but here's my thoughts on the Facebook algorithm. I know for a fact that increased engagement means increased exposure. So convincing people to engage with your content is the key here. Encouraging engagement, you can do this in a variety of ways. You may be saying, oh, Senpai, that's easy. All I got to do is just go to my video description and ask everyone to like and comment. Boom, I'm good. No. I made that mistake. Everyone makes that mistake because they want those likes, they want those comments, so they put it in their video description, encouraging everyone to like, comment, and share. If you read Facebook's terms of service and their best practices, you will discover that that is called engagement baiting, and it will get your page demoted. So don't do it. Do not put in your video description that you want people to like, share, and comment. Do not put it in your pinned comment. Do not put it in your polls. Do not do that because you're going to have less reach. So make sure you do not put that. Also in your video description, avoid external links to things like your YouTube or your Instagram. Put those in your pinned comment, you guys. Now you may be wondering, well, Senpai, if I can't put it in my video description, how am I supposed to encourage everyone to like and share? I mean, what am I supposed to do here? My hands are tied. No, they're not. Facebook wants you to go about it the right way. They want you to get engagement, but they want you to go about it the right way. What does that mean? The right way? The right way is to just verbally encourage people. Tell jokes to get laugh reactions. Be energetic. When you do a game-winning play or you do something wildly insane on the stream, you gotta encourage people to hit that like button right then and there. Say, yes, smash that like button, guys. That was insane. Let's go. Bring that energy. Encourage people to like. Another thing you can do to boost engagement without baiting is you can actually, in your video description, ask a question. Let's say, for example, you're playing a game like Apex and you're still a small streamer. Well, have you ever thought about putting a question in your video description? Like, hey, everybody, what's your favorite battle arena? Do you like World's Edge? Do you like King's Canyon? What is it? Which one do you like? People will drop into your chat and they'll tell you. And then you can even go further to get more comments out of that conversation by asking them to elaborate. Well, why is that your favorite? Engaging with your audience is all about starting conversations. So you can put things in your video description that can start a conversation. If it's the holiday season, you can ask everybody, hey, what are your holiday plans? Things like that. When you first go live, even if you don't have anyone watching, you should be trying to encourage engagement because someone can find your stream after it's already ended its broadcast. It might still pop up in someone's newsfeed, and if you convince them to hit the like button, you can still get boosted. So make sure you're encouraging likes and comments. Another big way to do this is just by building relationships with people. The closer you become with the people in your chat, the more they're going to talk to you. Some people lurk, which is fine, but I will tell you this, as far as your stream growing, one person engaging is worth 20 people that are just watching and not liking and not commenting. The fact that they're just watching is great because your view counter goes up, but as we said, that does not increase your reach. It doesn't matter how many people you have watching. What Facebook is going to do when it comes to recommending your stream to others is they're going to be looking at your engagement. So it is extremely crucial that you convince people to engage. So let's get into building relationships, guys. When it comes to building relationships and increasing engagement, really, this is just about making friends. You gotta pay attention to chat. You just have to. I know that can be really hard if you're playing a battle royale game and you're super focused. It takes practice. It takes practice. For me, I play a lot of social games, so it's not so hard for me to watch my chat, but for you, it may be, and I understand that. Trust me. because I've streamed a few battle royales and I find it very hard to focus on my chat and my engagement takes a nosedive. So what you can do to boost engagement, if you can't read chat, you can still ask questions to chat. You don't necessarily have to respond to every comment, especially if you're hyper-focused on the game, but keep the energy up as you play. When you pick up a weapon, let's go back to Apex. You pick up an R99. How do you guys like the R99 this season? Do you feel like it's a good gun? Even if the stream is old and somebody watches it later, they may still respond to that question. So talking during a stream, prompting questions, and encouraging people to hit the like button is going to be huge. As far as building relationships, that's going to come more when you respond to the question. So maybe if you're playing a battle royale, in between matches, read some of the comments and respond to them. Ask them questions. Get to know them as people. The closer somebody feels to you, the more inclined they'll be to stick around in your community and then engage with you over and over and over. If you can add one engaging viewer every stream, if after you stream 100 times, you'll have 100 people eventually that engage with your comment. That's 100 likes on a stream. That's 500 comments, because a lot of them will comment several times. But this is the key, guys. It's building relationships and encouraging that engagement. Now, we're going to go over two last little things in this chapter. This is a big one, guys. This is something I did a long time ago, and oh my God, it helped me so much. Turn off your view counter. I know you're like, well, Sip, I got to know how many people are watching. You really don't. It's distracting. It is so distracting. So many of the biggest, most successful streamers have advised others to turn off their view counters. I followed in their footsteps on that, and oh my God, it was a game changer. Because at the end of the day, guys, we are entertainers. At the end of the day, that's what we are. We are entertainers. So whether you have 0 people watching or 500 people watching, you should be acting just the same, with energy, entertainment, and trying to get that engagement up. Another thing about turning off the view counter is when you see your viewership go up a little bit and your stream is supposed to end, you may be afraid to end your stream. Don't be. You can end on a high note. People will remember that, and then they'll be excited to tune into your next stream. So don't worry about the view count. Just make sure you turn it off. And the next thing we're going to go into is Facebook's best practices. Facebook's best practices, guys, you have got to read it if you want to be a successful streamer on Facebook. They lay everything out. We're going to be going through a majority of this in a minute, but we're not going to go over everything. We're not going to talk too much about ads or monetization, but that's all in there too. We're going to be focusing on things that are going to help you really, really grow. But let's take a look at these Facebook's best practices. And also, I would advise you, after you look through all this, that you go there yourself and check it out. Okay, guys, so here we are at Facebook Gaming's best practices. As you can see, we're going to touch briefly on some of these things, especially the most important things when it comes to growing and maintaining your audience, as well as some things like engagement, how to get more engagement, how to avoid engagement baiting, and some common do's and don'ts. If you don't know how to find the best practices on Facebook, it's rather easy. Just slide on over to Google, type in Facebook Gaming best practices on Google, hit search, it'll be the first result. Super easy to find. When you have time yourself, if you want to be a successful streamer, I personally recommend that you come through and you read all of this. Now you may be saying, Senpai, that's so much. I don't want to read it. Remember what I said. Streaming is a dream job. You got to want it. You got to earn it. It's not easy to make it as a streamer, and you want to be fully equipped with the knowledge you need to be successful. So with that being said, let's get started. We're going to scroll down here. You have already set up your page, so we don't need to read that. Let's just go right on down to the very first part, content, schedule, and stream length. Guys, I cannot stress to you enough how important this bit is, which is probably why it's so close to the top. I'll just read for you what it says right here. The most successful creators on Facebook post regularly. Plan when you're going to stream and make sure your viewers are aware of your streaming schedule. By adhering to a schedule, you build excitement and engagement with your viewers because they know when to tune in. Add your schedule to your About section of your page so viewers have quick access to it. For me personally, I did not put my schedule on my About section. I actually just made that all about myself as a streamer. My schedule is in my page banner, so you can do that as well. It says here in best practices, put it in your About. So if you want to do that, good on you. But I know that a good page banner is going to get more attention, and I want everyone to know my schedule. So what I would recommend is make a nice page banner and put your stream schedule right smack dab in the middle of it. So anybody that visits your page will say, oh, that's when he's live. That's when she's live. It's very simple. Okay, now the next part in content schedule and stream length, it says on Facebook, you can stream up to 8 hours at a time. That's false, actually. They've changed it. It is now 12. Facebook better update that. To maximize viewership, make your stream a show people want to watch the whole way through. Whether you choose a mini challenge or a theme, it will keep viewers more engaged than a free-form stream. Your stream will become a must-see event, and truly entertaining streams may even see viewers stay around for a longer time, whether it's live or VOD. VOD is a video on demand, so that means a video you made and uploaded. Okay, so what does this mean? Basically, this means that if you're going to stream for a long duration, if you're streaming for, 8, 10, 12 hours, then you may want to have like a good theme because people probably tune in for a little bit, but you might lose them. It's actually better. Okay, so a lot of early on streamers make this big mistake. They think, okay, so in order to be successful as a streamer, I guess I just need to stream all the time, as much as I can. I even saw one video on YouTube where this guy said, one of the tips of becoming a Facebook gaming streamer is to stream as much as you can. That's not true, guys. You do want to stream often, right? You want to try to stream almost every day, maybe take a day, maybe 2 off, but you want to stream every day. But that being said, you don't want to stream all day, every day. Number one, you're going to burn yourself out, okay? You're going to do that for months and months and months, and you're going to be tired. Your audience is going to know it. I made that mistake. I burnt myself out. Now I have a nice schedule, 5 hours a day, with 1 day off, and 1 stream is supporter exclusive. You don't have to do my exact schedule, but what I recommend is somewhere between 4 and 6 hours a day. Try not to do 8 or 10 hour streams every single day. While you may get slightly more follows in a day from doing that many streams, you'll actually have more time to work on video demand content, page banners, pictures, posts, your other media. If you're going to be, and in the last chapter, we're going to talk about alternate media, how to leverage Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Discord. If you're spending all your time being live and broadcasting, you're gonna find it difficult to find the time to leverage those other platforms. And we're gonna talk about that, but just keep that in mind, guys. Do not burn yourself out. Schedule your streams. Try to stick with a schedule so you can maintain that audience growth. They'll know when to expect you. They'll know right at, for me, it's 2 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, it's 2 p.m. Senpai's on. I'm going to hop on and say hello. Everyone's always trying to get the first comment on the streams. Okay, let's go to the next part. Here we go. The holy grail of Facebook gaming, increasing engagement. I told you guys this is important. That does not say increasing views. It doesn't, does it? You will not see increasing views anywhere on here. So all those YouTube videos that are like, oh, if you want to make it on Facebook, you want to get 200 views, 300 views. No. It's about the engagement, guys. It's about the engagement. Okay, so increasing engagement. How can we do that? What are the best practices? Okay, first thing it says, skip video on demand intros. It says the first 3 seconds of a video are too critical to leave to a repetitive intro. On Facebook, the news feed auto plays videos as the viewer scrolls. Jump right into the game to draw viewers in. Okay, so this one, I kind of disagree with personally. I actually use an intro. It's usually up for about 1 minute. It gives people time to get in before I start talking so they don't miss the beginning of the stream. So personally for me, I do like a repetitive intro. With that being said, guys, there is a right way of doing a repetitive intro and a wrong way. If you're going to be doing your own intro screen that says starting soon and people are going to be jumping in, you should look into getting some custom graphics for it. You should look into getting your own music produced, and there's plenty of people out there that can produce music for you. I actually know a guy that's really great. If you want to shoot me a message and say, hey, Senpai, can you direct me to your friend that made the beat that you use for your starting soon screen? I sure will. He would love to hear from you. He's on Instagram as Pathless Creative. He's an awesome guy, and also I know 2 other producers that are happy to make music, but having a very catchy, nice, unique tune that kind of says who you are as a streamer in a way, that is something that you want to do if you do an intro video. Now, as far as best practices here, they say jump right into the game. For me personally, I'd rather do an intro screen so that people have time to flock in, and then when I first start broadcasting, I can say hello to everybody at once and not have to repeat what I said at the very beginning of the stream or anything like that. So let's go down to the next part. Mix up your interaction style. says, while it's great to interact with chat in a stream, you don't need to limit it to responding to questions. Instead, try telling a story of a recent adventure in games or some challenges of what you will be trying to do and what they can look forward to in that stream. Chat can help guide the stream too. So mix up your interaction style. Okay, so in a nutshell, basically that means try new things when engaging with your chat. Don't try the same thing over and over. Find different ways to engage with them. Ask them if they want to see you switch up your play style. Ask them if they have any challenges they want you to do. Anything like that. It will keep people engaged and it will be a new way to interact. So definitely try new things when it comes to that. Okay, the next part says keep the excitement up. Okay, churn, viewers leaving a stream. So churn happens most often between matches. That's if you're streaming Battle Royale game or something like that. Try to make the most of that time between rounds by discussing the last match, telling a story, or interacting with chat. I think this applies more to Battle Royale streamers, people that are in a Battle Royale. People will tune in, they'll watch the match, they lose or they win, and then people say, okay, that was cool, bye. And they might leave. So keep the excitement up, guys. And this doesn't just apply to Battle Royale games. I've seen so many streamers out there who have been streaming for a year, maybe longer, and you know, they're down. They're like, Senpai, it's just not happening. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've been really trying and I'm just not growing. I'm not getting returning viewers. But then I tune in on these streamers, and it's not all of them. I'm just, you know, this is just something everybody needs to hear. But when I tune in, you know, it's quiet. Even if you don't have somebody watching, you got to keep the energy up. You got to try to stay upbeat. Talk about the game you're playing. Come at the stream with energy. If you are low energy, you're very calm, it's not going to keep people watching. You have got to keep the excitement up. You've got to. It is a key to your engagement. At the end of the day, streamers are entertainers. If you're not making your stream exciting, they'll find somebody that will. Because there's a lot of streamers out there, you guys. So, with that being said, you've got to keep the excitement up. And this ties right into that. The next thing they say, don't let your audience get bored. Yeah, don't let your audience get bored. It said it's okay to leave the stream on an exciting note. This may even encourage viewers to subscribe. Try to leave your audience wanting more. Let your viewers know when you'll be online again so they can tune in and catch your next stream. You can even let them know how to subscribe and activate live notifications so they won't miss it. Also, guys, if you don't know, if someone types !notifying in your chat, that will give them live alerts. So before you end a stream, or if you're ending on a high note, like if you get that great win in a game, or you notice that chat's been like really busy and it's coming towards the end of your stream, don't keep streaming just because you have a lot of viewers. It's okay to end on a high note because people will remember that for that next time they come back. They'll be like, man, I was watching Senpai the other day and it was so hype. There were like 500 people watching. Chat was busy. He got this epic win and then he just like ended the stream. I can't wait to watch the next one. So if you do end on a high note, encourage people to activate live alerts. Tell them when you're streaming again, but don't let them get bored. So if you stream that goes back to streaming for too long, guys. If you're streaming for 8, 10, 12 hours, you're going to end up being low energy and it's going to end up being boring. That's why it's so important to adhere to a nice, healthy schedule. Okay, the next thing, set up chat-specific streams. Now, this is something I haven't done a lot of, but this is something I definitely want to do this year. Chat-specific streams are streams where you basically go live and just chat with your audience. This is something more for streams that have already grown, guys. If you're still trying to grow your audience, maybe hold off on this, because if you only have 3 or 4 active community members, having a stream dedicated to just chatting, you know, it may not be as enticing. But once you start to see that you have 100 or 150, that's not views, 100 to 150 active community members, that means maybe 10 views, 20 views at a time, but there's at least 100 people that like to engage with your content, then you may want to do a chat-specific stream where you stream and just chat with them about gameplay, what kind of games they'd like to see, check in with your community, get to know them, get to know what they want. Okay, this part, super important. Acknowledge positive feedback. I don't know why I said it like that, but anyway, acknowledging positive feedback, guys, that is huge. I don't even need to read this to tell you exactly what it says. When someone says, dude, nice shot, good game, or they send 100 stars and say, great content, you've got to acknowledge those comments. You've got to engage with them because those are the people that like what you're doing. If someone gives you positive feedback, you need to thank them. You need to shout them out. Make sure you have alerts on. That goes without saying. That's essential. Everybody knows that. You should have an alert for follows, star donations, and all that stuff. But when those things happen, you've got to acknowledge it. You've got to acknowledge it. If someone donates stars and you're trying to grow and you see the stars come in and you go, thanks, that's not good enough. You're going to make them feel so much more appreciated if you thank them by name, if you start a conversation with them. They should feel appreciated. They're supporting your content. They're supporting your dream. And if you thank them and you get to know them, they may be a permanent member of your community. I cannot stress how important this is. Okay, the next part we're going to is build a healthy community. This is also very important, you guys. This says no one wants to stay in a toxic community. Lead your stream with positivity and inspire your viewers to have fun. As a streamer, you can set up guidelines for your community and model what good behavior looks like. Your behavior as a streamer can directly impact your reach, so building a healthy community or healthy environment for your viewer benefits you too. So what does that mean? Guys, that means you should probably have some good moderators. When you start to grow, when you start to have a lot of people actively in chat, it's the internet. You're going to get trolls. You're going to get nasty people. You're going to get toxic people. For me, I play a lot of social multiplayer games. People join, people I may not know that well, but we have a zero toxic oh my God, you know what? I can't even talk, but we'll do it anyway. We have a zero toxicity policy on my stream. And when it comes to that, basically it just means if someone comes in this stream and they're overly toxic or nasty, they get banned right away, and you should have the same standards. Just because someone follows you does not mean you need to keep them around if they're toxic, because they're going to cost you followers in the long run. Okay, so when someone's toxic, get them out, because people don't want to stay when the energy is negative. You need to keep that energy positive, happy, and inspiring. Last thing says report your concerns. As a creator, you may sometimes encounter different situations like trolling or harassment. You can report them. That goes without saying, right? Report the a-holes. Okay. All right. So the next thing is monetization best practices. We're not going to worry about monetization best practices. This is something I encourage you to read when you get the time. Definitely check it out, especially if you are in Level Up or you've gotten subscribers recently. These are things that you're going to want to check out because you're going to want to understand monetization. But right now, we're just talking about best practices to grow your stream, so we're not going to read that. Manufactured sharing. This in itself is really important, guys. And I'm actually going to bring up a little insert right above me here. A lot of people focus way too much on sharing their streams to groups. They want to share they think that's how you get views. They say, okay, here's what you need to do. Everyone share my stream to all these groups. I did this as a starting streamer. I was trying to get my stream shared everywhere. But a lot of the small streamers are doing that. Spam sharing your stream actually does not give you a lot of growth. When you share a stream, it doesn't reach that many people. You might share it on your timeline and get some friends and family involved. That's okay. But as far as like constantly pushing for shares, it's not the shares that are going to get you the views. It's the comments and likes. Because if enough people comment and like, we're back on engagement again. If enough people comment and like, Facebook will actually recommend your stream to other people. So more people will see your content. Now, that doesn't mean you should tell people not to share. Sharing is great. Sharing is caring. Sharing is awesome. But if they do share, it's best when it's shared on their own timeline. So sharing to these massive stream share groups, it's not going to help you grow. I'm sorry. It's really not. I thought it was too. That's what I did in the beginning. I joined like 20 different stream sharing groups. I always encourage my audience to share there. But this little graphic that I'm going to put up here should show you that the amount of people that actually follow you based from your sharing is really small. It might be like 1% of your new followers come from stream shares. The other 99% come from recommendations from Facebook, okay? Manufactured sharing is a little different though, guys. This will take away your monetization eligibility. It'll get you kicked right out of Level Up. Manufactured sharing is basically using bots to like share to get fake follows and likes. Goes without saying, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not the right way. Okay, boosting best practice. We're not going to get into video boosting or monetization today. We're just going to scroll right past it. We're not getting into page like ads. I personally don't think they're necessary, but if you want to go for them, that's all on you. Common advertising do's and don'ts. We're not going to get into advertising. Here we go. This is the next spot we need to be in, guys. Standing out in a newsfeed. This comes back to being unique, having a presence, okay? So This basically says when a viewer is browsing their newsfeed, it's easy for them to be distracted and pulled in by a funny image, cute photo, or just about anything else. No one is going to know what you're creating, know that you're creating amazing content when they don't stop to see it. Make your stream stand out by creating visually stunning custom thumbnails that best represent you and what your stream is about. With that being said, guys, so many streamers message me and they're like, Senpai, how do I put thumbnails on my streams? I have no idea how to put a thumbnail on my Facebook video. It's not very clear. And you're right, it's not. And there also was not a YouTube tutorial on that. So after this video, I actually have a YouTube tutorial on how to put a thumbnail on your Facebook video. If you don't know how to do this, watch that because you gotta have thumbnails. I got rated by Stone Mountain 64. He's like the biggest streamer on Facebook when I was playing Fall Guys a few months ago. All because he liked my thumbnail. So thumbnails matter, guys. Thumbnails matter. Before he rated me, he was trying to decide who to raid, and he said, you know what? I like his thumbnail. I'm going to raid Senpai. And boom, I met Stone Mountain. I met the Mountaineers, you know. I'd already been a follower of his for a long time, but it was amazing to be rated by him. And if it wasn't for my thumbnail, I wouldn't have been noticed. And it's not just him. It's everyone that's scrolling down. The thumbnail will be the first thing they see. So get yourself a flashy thumbnail. Check out my other YouTube video about the thumbnail. Okay. The other thing says, after putting all the effort in the video, don't skip this step. As with all content on Facebook, be sure to follow the community guidelines and avoid engagement bait. Yeah, we've talked about engagement bait. Okay. So it says some things to consider for your custom image. Live and CVC counter. Okay, so this is basically talking about your overlay. Don't put anything in the top left because that's where the live counter is. So if you do put anything up there, it's not going to be seen. Images must be original. So original artwork, photographs, logos, they must be your own or your artist's own creation. So if you want to, you can message me. I know some great graphic artists. If you guys want to, leave a comment or shoot me a message on Facebook, I can actually introduce you to some great artists. I know one great artist named Shenanigans that makes some very awesome custom art, usually about $30 a piece for these amazing pieces. She made me my supporter stickers and a bunch of other things, my logo, and she's great. So I can refer some of you guys to her if you're interested. Just shoot me a message on Facebook and let me know. But yeah, having your own custom artwork is huge. Images must comply with Facebook community standards. You'd have to click on community standards to read the rest of that. No misleading content. The thumbnail image should be representative of the live stream, not baiting for viewers into clicking. So you shouldn't make a thumbnail that says, click on this to win $1,000. Don't do that. Because then people click on it and they're just going to be like, well, that's not what I came here for. And then they're out, There's nothing wrong with a nice clickbaity type thumbnail, you want it to be something that draws attention, of course, but you don't want to take it too far. Now, no engagement bait. We talked about this a little bit. Do not use the image to suggest people to like, share, react, or to comment to the stream. So in your thumbnail, do not engagement bait. Just like in your video description, do not put like, follow, share in your thumbnail or in your video description. Facebook does not like that. Don't do that. No real people unless you have permission to use their image. Nothing Facebook related. While we may release assets related to Facebook gaming that you can use on the stream, don't create anything that's a copy of a piece of Facebook art or represent yourself as a employee of Facebook. Just be yourself. So yeah, you don't have to put like Facebook gaming in your thumbnail for Facebook gaming videos. Everyone already knows you're on Facebook gaming, so you don't need to do it anyway. No offensive words in any language, including slang. So, don't be like, hey, come watch my effing stream. Don't do that. No depiction of violence. Be careful when including guns. They have specific rules, including they should not be pointed forward or toward the viewer. Should not be photorealistic. Okay, so I didn't know that. Interesting. I read this before, but it's been a while. Okay, this part is really important, guys, and we're almost caught up here with all of these things. The next thing is avoid engagement bait. We've already talked about this so much, but I can't stress this enough. This is really important to Facebook, and I used to make the same mistake, asking people to like and share and follow in my video description, and then after I finally read through all of this, I was like, wow, no wonder it's my posts aren't getting boosted enough, or I'm not getting recommended enough. I'm breaking the rules. So this is no one likes spam. And in an effort to keep Facebook newsfeed clear of posts that use spammy tactics, such as like if you're into blank, posts of this nature coming from people and pages will be demoted. Yeah, key words there. They will be demoted, not promoted. There's more detail outlined in this newsroom post, but for the purpose of getting people interested in your live stream, make sure you keep your descriptions free of these engagement bait-like tactics. Instead, when you go live, tell your viewers to share, like, and follow, as it's more engaging and authentic coming from you as you're going live, rather than pushing it in every post. Okay. Next part of the chapter here, we got moderation. Okay, moderation. This basically just means getting good moderators, you guys. Just like we were talking about toxicity, it's hard for you to always watch chat if you are immersed in the game. So you might miss some things in chat. You might miss a nasty person coming to your chat. I had someone come into my chat today that said some really nasty things, not towards me, but just in general. He was just, it was a troll. It's common. It's the internet. It's going to happen. My moderators ban him like that. I barely even saw the comment before it was gone. That's what you need. You need good moderators to keep your community clean. You may be asking yourself, well, Senpai, how do I choose a moderator? If you're really small and you're just starting, you don't need one right away, but as soon as you start to get some friends and as soon as you start to really trust somebody and they're close to you and your content, that's who you need to make your moderator. Somebody that knows what you're about, knows what kind of community you're trying to make, and somebody that you can trust. Okay. Next thing, we're going to go schedule live streams. So you can schedule live streams. I actually don't do it. I just stick to my schedule, but we'll scroll right on down past that. Enabling pages to join groups. Okay. And then at the bottom of this, guys, we have tips from gaming creators. I'm not going to play these. This isn't my content, so I'm not going to play them here on this video. But I will say, guys, for this stuff here, you should come here and watch this. Like I said, if you just Google Facebook gaming best practices, it'll bring you right here and you can see all of this for yourself. You can read in detail the things that we glossed over, but we've gone over the most important things as far as how to grow your audience, how to increase engagement, how to avoid engagement baiting, and what some of the best practices are. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Let's move on to the next chapter. Alrighty, it's time to get into how to grow your Facebook gaming stream the right way, Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is defining yourself as a streamer. Now you're thinking, Senpai, what does that mean, defining myself? I already made a name. I got a unique page banner. I mean, what more do you want from me? What's going on here? Okay. There's a lot more to it than that, you guys. Who are you as a person? Are you playing a persona? Are you putting on kind of an act? Or are you just going to approach it as yourself? I mean, neither way is right or wrong, okay? You can approach it in several different ways. But at the end of the day, you do have to be unique. And in a way, everyone is. But you really got to let your personality shine through. When it comes to making unique content, another thing that's going to be crucial to this is your niche, which is the kind of games you're playing, what you're focusing on. What I focus on personally is social-driven multiplayer games. Multiplayer games with a high social aspect, with a lot of talking, with a lot of communication. I found this a good focus for me because, well, I'm kind of a social butterfly, so it really helps my personality shine through. So playing games that help your personality shine through can help you make better, more unique content. Also, another part of this is really ask yourself, why did you start streaming? For me, back when I started in January of 2020, I just wanted to have a fun new hobby and make friends. That's what started all of this for me. And for you, it may be the same. It may be different. Maybe that streaming is your dream job. So for you, it's about building a career. But getting down to brass tacks about why you decided to become a content creator is so important. So ask yourself that question and really think about it. Really think about it, because that's going to help you find your drive when it comes to being unique. And defining yourself as a streamer. When you can make unique content, it gives you a little bit of an advantage because there are, thousands and thousands of content creators. And if anybody's just sitting there playing games, well, there's just so many people doing that. So you have to bring something fresh to the table, something that's going to get people to say, something that's going to not be so easy to find anywhere else. Another important thing of defining yourself as a streamer is trying new things. So let's say you've been playing the same games for months and months and you just haven't really been growing that well. Don't be afraid to switch it up. Don't be afraid to try new games. If it's something that you'd enjoy, don't be afraid to give it a shot. Also, rebranding. It's never too late to completely overhaul your stream, especially if you've been stagnant for a while. Maybe consider a name change, a profile change, and a niche change. You can change it up at any given time, especially if what you're doing isn't really working out for you. Rebranding is so much better than just giving up. So, do not give up on your content. If things have slowed down, don't be afraid to rebrand. When it comes to these things, I've seen several content creators that are successful and unique. I can give you a few examples. I would say probably Garrett. He's a Facebook gaming partner. He's a very skilled Apex player, but he's also one of the most chill streamers I have ever watched. And when I say chill, I don't mean boring. He is hilarious. He's very entertaining to watch, but his mannerisms, how relaxed he is, and how fun it is to watch him play make him super unique. Then you have somebody that's like the polar opposite of me. Think like Hitman Gaming on Facebook. Hitman always has like over 1,000 people watching him, and he is vulgar. He's very edgy, very in your face, but he's one of those entertainer / comedic types of streamers. And, his approach to streaming is just having that raw entertainment, and it keeps people coming back for more. So that's a couple of examples for you right there of unique content creators who have become successful from their approach to streaming. So that's what it means to define yourself as a streamer. So give that a lot of thought moving forward, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next chapter. Welcome to How to Grow Your Facebook Gaming Stream the Right Way, Chapter 3. This chapter is called What to Stream, When to Stream, and How to Stream. Okay, guys, so first off, what to stream. This is super important, guys. A lot of people, they want to go live, they want to broadcast, and they just want to stick to like playing their favorite game. That's okay. If that's really what you want to do, you can still make it doing just that. But if you're really trying to grow your stream, one thing you should definitely take into consideration is gaming trends. Now, gaming trends are, what is currently popular, what might be coming out that's going to be huge and have a big audience, what are the current viewership levels for particular games. I know what you're thinking. Senpai, how do I stay ahead on gaming trends? I mean, it's not in the news. I can't, just like turn on the TV and find out what games are trending every week. No, you can't. But what you can do is follow the world's biggest content creators, you guys. If you follow creators like Stone Mountain 64, PewDiePie, Disguised Toast, and creators like this, you are going to have a little bit of insight into what's going to be trending because they make the trends. They set the bar. When PewDiePie plays a game that nobody has played in, a year, he can stream it for one day and all of a sudden the viewership for that game is through the roof. So keep up with these big creators, you guys, because if you keep up with these big creators, you're going to be in the know on gaming trends. When something is trending, you're going to have more people coming into the stream, and it's going to give you more follows and more engagement. And that's really what it comes down to. But there is two sides to this coin. The other side is sometimes things that are heavily trending tend to be overly saturated. You're like, overly saturated? What, like somebody dipped it into a bucket of water? What do you mean? No. Overly saturated just means that you're not the only one streaming it because thousands and thousands and thousands of other people are. So when a game is overly saturated, it can be incredibly difficult to grow. That's why when a gaming trend starts, you got to get on early before that viewership starts to dip off. Because when viewership starts to dip off, there's a lot less to go around, so to say. And when the game trend spiked, a lot of people already found the creators they wanted to watch. So getting ahead of the trend is super important. If you jump into an overly saturated game really late, like let's say you wanted to start streaming right now and you want to stream Call of Duty Warzone. I'm not telling you don't do that. I'm just telling you it's going to be very hard to get traction and to grow because there are hundreds, if not thousands of people streaming it at the exact same time. So if a game is overly saturated and you're getting on board a little late, it can be really challenging to grow there. So keep in mind how many people are streaming what games. Another part of what to stream is multiplayer versus single player games. Okay, so we actually talked about this just a little bit in a previous chapter where I said it can be harder to grow when you play one player story-driven games. And this is true because the storyline doesn't change. When you play multiplayer games, it's a fresh experience every time. With that being said, you can still grow playing single player games. But if you do take that path, you guys, you want to play games that are trending, that have a good audience, maybe something brand new like a new Assassin's Creed or Cyberpunk, if it survives. But these games are going to have good viewership when they start. But since you're playing a single player game and a lot of people are already going to know the story, your personality has to really shine. I mean, you have to really shine. You can't just focus on the story of the game and sit in silence because they can see that story anytime when they play the game themselves. If they're watching you play a story-driven game, they are watching for you. So you have to bring a lot to the table if you're going to be playing single-player story games. You need to be extra unique, and I would advise being extra energetic. Why did I say energetic? That's not even a word. Okay, we'll forget it. All right, so the next thing we're going to go to is when to stream. When to stream. This is really important, guys. And I know some of you have day jobs, so you can't just stream whenever you want to. So it's really hard to pick, a set schedule, especially if you have a job where your schedule is always changing. But if you do have control over your schedule, this is going to be huge. Going live around the same time every day is going to have people building habits of tuning in and watching your content. Also, when you go live, take into consideration who else is live. Let's say you want to be a Call of Duty Warzone streamer. That's great. It's a very saturated game. But if you're going live at the same time as, like, say, Stone Mountain, well, a lot of people already like his content, so they'll be watching him, and there's going to be less viewers for you. Now, if you're live at a different time than those, 10 to 20,000 people that usually watch Stone Mountain, maybe looking for another content creator to watch if he's not on. So keep that in mind, guys. This goes back to keeping up with the big creators. It's just super important to know when the big creators are live so you can pull in some extra viewership. The next part of when to stream is really just it's just going to go back to not streaming for too long of a duration, guys. We did briefly talk about this, so I'm not going to go into it too much more, but just try to keep your streams somewhere between 4 and 6 hours. Don't overdo it because you're not going to have people watching all the way through, whereas if you stream for shorter durations, people can tune in for the whole thing. Last part of this chapter is how to stream. We already did what to stream, when to stream. Let's talk about how to stream. How to stream, guys. First of all, how to stream. Approach it energetically. Let your personality shine through. And recognize the best practices. We already went over all the best practices, but you still need to go through and read them for yourself. Make sure you're adhering to all of these best practices and encouraging engagement. I cannot repeat that enough. The next part of how to stream actually goes to investing. Guys, if you want to make it as a full-time streamer, if you become a streamer as a career, you are now a small business owner. You have your own business. No business in the world can be successful if you do not invest in it. So when people do start donating stars or becoming supporters or things of this nature, you've got to set some of that money aside and invest it in your stream. Get yourself some better tech. I know what you're thinking, Senpai, I can't just drop $5K on a gaming computer. I'm not asking you to do that. Baby steps, you guys. Maybe get a better camera. Maybe get some better lighting. Those things are really important. The more professional a stream looks, the more inclined people are going to be to stick around and continue to watch the content. There are a lot of streamers out there, so you have a lot of competition. If you don't have your stream looking somewhat professional, it's going to be harder to grow. I'm not saying you can't grow, but it is going to be harder. So if you can get to a point to where you can invest in your stream, do it. Do it. And there's actually another benefit to that, you guys. When you go to pay taxes at the end of the year, everything you spent on your stream you can actually deduct from your profits and pay less taxes. If you are unsure how taxes work as a streamer and you are making some income, I would advise checking out Pipeline. It is a program for streamers. They teach you all about growing your stream, but they also teach you about doing your taxes. So, or, maybe go to Google and figure that out. But things you purchase, what I'm getting at here is things that you purchase for your stream and you invest in your stream, you can actually end up saving some money at tax season. So save your receipts. Okay, so what to stream, when to stream, how to stream. We went over gaming trends. We went over oversaturation, multiplayer games versus single player games, what your niche is going to be and who else is streaming it, how you can stand out in a news feed, and then also Facebook's best practices and investing in your business. I hope you found this chapter very helpful. We're going to move on to the final chapter. Let's get down to it. All right, you guys, here we are, the final chapter. Thank you for sticking with me. This chapter is broadcasting your goals and leveraging media. What does that mean? Leveraging media. I'm already on Facebook. I'm leveraging media every time I go live. You are, but you could be doing way, way more. First, we'll start with broadcasting your goals, you guys. As people start to get involved in your content, as they start to engage, you can keep them motivated to continue watching if you are setting goals, realistic goals. So let's say you have 400 followers. Make a big goal about getting to 1,000 followers. Get everyone involved. Make it known that that's what you're going for. For me in 2020, my goal was to become a partner. And by the end of the year, we actually accomplished it. It made my entire community so excited. It was one of the biggest things that happened in the entire year. And they were all involved in this. Every post I would make, every time I would go live, people would be saying, Senpai for partner, Senpai for partner. So getting your audience involved in your goals and your ambitions is going to get them motivated to stick around and to help you accomplish these goals. So whatever your goal may be, maybe your goal as a Facebook gaming content creator is to also grow your YouTube, or maybe your goal is to reach a certain amount of followers, maybe your goal is to unlock supporters. All of these things, you guys, all of these things should be broadcasted to your audience. So as you grow, keep your audience included. Even if you're a small streamer and you haven't even gone live for the first time, when people come into your stream, announce that this is your first time streaming and that today you want to hit 100 followers on the first day. Even if you don't accomplish it, people will be excited to watch the goal progress. Okay, with that being said, the next thing we're going to go into in this chapter is leveraging media. So this is crucial, and this is another reason you only want to stream for 4 to 6 hours a day. You can greatly expand your reach if you leverage more media platforms. What am I talking about here? YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Make accounts on each of these platforms, you guys, and utilize them. Somebody that may have never found you on Facebook can easily discover you on these other platforms. Even if you don't have a big following yet, the sooner you start these other platforms, the sooner they'll start to grow as well. And it's also a great way for those that follow you on Facebook to keep up with your day-to-day life, which makes them feel much closer to you because you're sharing parts of yourself that they don't see on the stream. So this is really important, not only for building relationships, but for meeting new people that can potentially become lifelong community members. So you want to leverage YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. When it comes to YouTube, you can do gaming walkthroughs, you can do gaming highlights, or you can do one of the things that I like to do and do tutorials and helpful videos, because all of these things really do expand your reach. I think my most successful YouTube video right now is just one that is how to put a thumbnail on a Facebook gaming live video. My YouTube is still very small. I've focused way too much on just Facebook last year. So this year, my goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but I only have like 500 right now, but I have a whole year to get it done, and it's an exciting goal to have. So that goes back to sharing your goals. But I have had people come by my stream that watch my tutorials about thumbnails that would have never been in my stream and seeked me out just because they wanted to say thank you. And then they follow the stream and they enjoy my community and then they stick around. So this is just another way to get more people engaged in your community, and you can get more people involved in your community. So leveraging Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube is huge. but there is an even bigger media outlet you need to invest some time in. What do you think it is? I'll go ahead and tell you. It's Discord, you guys. Discord is massively important. If you don't know what Discord is, I do have a Discord guide for beginners on my YouTube. Check it out after this video. But Discord is a platform where you can make your own server for a community. Discord was made for gaming communities. You can include chat lobbies, text lobbies, and all kinds of different games that people can talk about. Discord is a great place for a community to come together off stream so they can chat with each other, they can engage, they can play games together. The more people you end up drawing to a Discord, the more active it's going to become, and the more friends you're going to make there. Also, I would advise you to join several other content creators' Discords. Engage with them, get to know their communities, make new friends. A big part of being a streamer is building friendships with other creators. I think it's a huge, huge benefit to find other content creators to stream with, collaborate with. They're more than competition. Yes, at the end of the day, we are all competing for views, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends and we can't share viewers. You should never be salty about somebody that usually watches your stream going to watch somebody else's stream, because at the end of the day, we're all kind of on the same team here, and if your content is unique and inspiring enough, they're always going to come back to you anyway, so keep that in mind. Now, if you do make yourself a Discord server, there are some great tutorials on YouTube about exactly how to do that. But you want to involve yourself in the Discord often. Post there often, update it often. As your community grows, you might want to add more things, more channels. But leveraging Discord is huge. Also, once you do make a Discord, don't put a link to your Discord server in your video description. Don't put a link to your Instagram or your Twitter in your video description. I have reason to believe that may hurt your reach. It's not confirmed, but I feel like it was negatively impacting me. So if you want to put links to your socials and your Discord on your Facebook gaming stream, put it in your pinned comment. That's the best place to do it. It's always going to be visible right there in chat, and people can quickly join these alternate media outlets that you've set up. So utilize that pinned comment. Put these platforms in there, and they will grow with your stream. And then as you post there, you might meet people that wouldn't even have found your stream on Facebook if it wasn't for these other leverages. So keep that in mind. All right. That's everything, you guys. If you take all of this into account that we've talked about today, considering it's more about engagement than it is about views, if you define yourself as a streamer, if you know what to stream, when to stream, and how to stream, and if you can broadcast your goals and leverage more media, you can be successful on Facebook gaming. I hope you found this video very helpful. If you have, please hit that subscribe button so I can hit my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you have any other questions for me, guys, feel free to come on over to Facebook Gaming. Shoot me a message. I do get a lot of messages, so it might take me a day, maybe two to respond, but I respond to everyone. So please reach out if you do have any additional questions. Also, as far as making unique content, I do have a great graphic artist. If you want their information, they are on Facebook as Shenanigans. They make all of my stickers and also my logo, things like that. And then I have a music producer who made that intro song you heard back on that very first video. He's very talented. So if you're looking for unique music or unique graphic art, you can message me about that as well, because those things are going to make your stream stand out more, and they're going to make it more unique. All right, that is everything, you guys. Best of luck with your streaming journey, and I hope I see you over on Facebook Gaming. Senpai.